Hi all, it's Kylie from Kylie's Cardcraft. Thanks for joining me again today. Back onto our 49 and Market journal today. Determined to get this finished soon. I think this is part 5. I must double check, but it'll be up on the title anyway. So I want to get the rest of this signature done, the one that we started last week, or last time. And so that next time all we're doing is our cover and sewing in our signatures, hoping. I have slightly thought ahead this time so that I'm not trying to waste too much time. That signature is done. We've finished that one off, so I'm going to set him aside somewhere safe. Over there. Right, this signature we started on last time, so we've got our belly band, we've got a tuck spot, and then we've got a pocket here all ready for tags. And I want to do those at the end once I work out what little bits and pieces I've got left. Right, so I want journaling there. So back out with our stencil. I'll pull that off. Probably should have stenciled this prior. And I'm just going to sit this on. No, I want something on that. I'm going to pop that one down there. So I've just gone through all my bits and bobs, so it's still all in my little container. Haven't touched them. Everything's still sitting as it was. But I've pulled out a few things that I want on certain pages just to try and hurry it along so that you're not sitting there forever while I'm dithering over it as well. And then hopefully we can get it all done this time and next time. Between the two, I'm hoping. Right, so I just want that there. It's not a tuck spot. It is just an area, an embellishment, a little bit of eye candy, any of those sorts of things. And then I'm going to stencil around it. So I'm fairly certain we were using brushed corduroy, which is this one. I will use my blending brush, and I'm just going to sit that on. I want to go down a little bit. Grab a piece of washi tape. I've always got washi tape stuck on the edge of my mat, on the end of my glass mat. So I'm just going to stick that there so that it holds both down. And you can hear my, sorry about that, that's my tablet behind me going off. We've just been informed we're coming out of lockdown again. So I've got a group that I do classes with, and we're just going a little bit mental working everything out for a class coming up. So you'll just, sorry about that, you'll just have to bear with that little ting every 5 seconds. I thought I moved it further away. Should have just turned it off, shouldn't I? All right, so we'll just, I don't want to go all the way to the edge. And I found these little blending brushes, if that's what they're called, work the best for these stencils. I've done my normal foams. I've done the little, these sorts of ones. But for this line stencil, I found these little brushes just work a treat. Now, I just want to go around those books. I don't want to go on them, but I want the lines to go around them, and I'll need to move that down a little bit. So let's even this up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. I want it to look a little bit worn, I suppose would be the best word for it. A little bit over there. Now I'll just move that down because I only need a little bit more on the end. Yep, lovely. So I'm just going to hold that there this time and hope that my fingers don't move. And that'll give me a little bit down there just to signify that that's a writing area, like so. Beautiful. I'll give it a quick wipe. I promise. I have a very grungy piece of paper towel here that I've been doing lots of stenciling work and blending and inking work lately, and I just keep picking up the same piece. I'm just going to sit you over there. Right, so that was that one. Sat in there, and then I had that, and I want to put a little clustery type thing on this other side. I'm going to leave that. So I'm thinking, now that was off the front piece, which was, you know, all of that. So all I've done was, one side of course had all that, the other side had the smaller versions of each of the sheets that were in it. So I've just literally cut around one of those squares, and I'm going to make a cluster type thing with it. So that's just walnut stone just to edge it up a bit. And I want to make it into a tuck, this cluster, so I want it vaguely in the middle. Doesn't have to be dead smack in the middle. And I've just grabbed a few little bits and pieces. These are some of our bits that we've got in the container from where we've torn off little bits of coffee dyed paper. So just let me have a think. Trim that bit down kind of straight so that it comes out there, comes out that side. I want a little bit of that coming back over again. And I want a little bit of a book sitting in there. May even stamp a word or something in that little bit there. But that's what, in essence, what I want on this. So first things first, I can glue my ruler onto this piece while I work out what's sitting over top of each other to glue down. So if I work myself out beforehand and I know exactly what I'm doing, I'm right. It's when I fluff around. So right, and I don't mind that coming off the edge just a little bit. Just moving him back over so that it's more off the edge, so it looks like it was meant to be off the edge and not just misplaced. Those little two can go down. They're just part of all those bits that pulled out from the back of this packaging. They're going to sit in there like so. Make sure no glue's coming out. And this was, as I said, just a little piece of coffee dyed paper that we'd stamped on previously. So I've got quite a few of those sitting in there, and I plan to start using them now in this signature. All right. This is going to go on. So it's just over those books. Let's have a look and see how much I've got on there. Yep, in which case I'm going to run my glue down this bit. I'm hoping that's in shot. I'll have a look in a second. Oh, yes, beautiful. I'll just move you off. I had that even. Up to there. Across to there. I'll use my grid to make sure that that's straightish. You'll notice I said straightish. Yep. Give that a push. No glue. No glue's come out anywhere. That's just amazing for me. Right. And all I'm going to do is glue that side down so I can still use it as a tuck, or it's just its own little bit. It does need something in there though, doesn't it? Let me have a look. Well, let me have a look. Good old Tim again. What if I use just a little bit of that one? Hang on a moment. Oh, so I should have waited. I finally got the Tim Holtz Field Notes stamps coming. Just been informed that they've just arrived at the shop that I've ordered them in from, so I can click and collect them tomorrow, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for these ones. So I'm thinking I just want the numbers a little bit there. So what I'm going to do is just ink it up and finger stamp it so that it's not too thick when it goes on and it's a bit blotchy. Like that. So all I've done, so it's just got this little bit and it's faded out in areas because you can see where my fingers have pressed into it. So it just gives that little bit of extra going on that. Right, so now we'll glue down here. I'm going to put a fair whack of glue on it because if we want it as a tuck spot, we want a lot holding it. So I'm going to give it a good, I don't know, 1/4 inch of glue and not just a fine little bit as if I was doing a pocket. Move that over. About there. I'll go over a little bit just so that I've got room to tuck if I want to tuck. This one will have glue oozing out of it everywhere. It's also not straight. Look, I've got grid lines. Wouldn't you think that I could do that straight? Right. So that'll give us, I'm not going to lift it up, that'll give us a tuck spot. That one I don't want to do anything with just at the moment. I'm going to set you aside. This one, I'm thinking, I'll move that out. This one I'm thinking I want a belly band and I want a large journal card to go in. Now I've had a thought with this one, and if I can find what I did with my little bit, here. Not that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Right. These are my thinkings. There's my tablet again. These are my thinkings for this one. So these were the strips that we had left over from our coffee dyed paper that was sitting with all our kit. I've gone through and just stamped backgrounds on all of them. I'm going to collage this as my journal card so that it goes that way, you know, and I'm going to just collage. First things first, I want to make a belly band out of this. So it's just a normal piece of cream, but it's in a cardstock. I don't want to waste the patterned paper I've got left from this kit. So I've just gone and got a cream, and yes, you can see at the moment, it's not a wonderful colour match, but I'm going to change that. So I don't want it to go all the way in to the edge either. It makes it a little bit too thick when it folds. So I just bring it out a little bit, bring this one out a little bit, and I'll chop that off. Right, so that now I've got that. What I want to do, just a little piece of ribbon, I've got a jar beside me with just bits and bobs and all the rest. There's lace and there's bits and bobs. And when I can't be bothered going over and getting out my ribbons, because I've got lots and lots of ribbons, I just tend to go to that jar, and it's just laziness. But what I want to do is sew this guy on in the pleats, but I want it messy so that once it's on, you really can't see the actual cream colour too much. Do you see what I mean? So that that cream's not going to matter. So I'm just going to stitch this on, and I'm going to use a zigzag stitch just because this is quite thin and all the rest, and I don't want to run the risk of it all popping off. You know what I mean? I'm going to take it just past that belly band strip at the moment because I can trim it back. Right. That's awfully wide. I'm not even changing the width of this. I'm just literally shoving it under and making it. And as I go, I'm just pushing it in. I'd love to take you over, but unfortunately I can't. So you'll just have to believe what I'm doing. And I want it to look messy. That's the whole plan of it. And as long as I cover the cream card stock, I'm happy. So if I go, I'm just pushing it under as I go. You can hear that the machine starts and stops and starts and stops because I'm just lifting the foot. Now I could have put a gathering stitch on this to start with if I'd wanted to, and that would have just been so much easier. But, you know, who thinks of easy when they come across an idea? So I don't know how much ribbon I've ended up using. I've used quite a lot in the end, and once I've finished this, we'll actually have a look and see if it comes out anything like it was going to be in my mind. Oh, look, it was awesome in my mind. We'll see what it looks like once I've pulled this out. Almost done. Last few wobbles. Right, and up. Oh, that's not too bad. I don't know if it's what I said it wanted. So, it's just a zigzag stitch. And all I've done is as I've gone along, I've pushed it in and pushed it in. And so that's what I've ended up like. So that when it sits down on here, I'm going to trim this off. I'm going to tie this one off. The first side did a locking stitch. This one hasn't. So I'll tie that one off. And I tend not to take it all the way to the edge so that I can have a flat edge with, oh, I didn't miss that completely, so that I can have a flat edge with my ribbon right at the end. Third time lucky. Let's go. There we go. So it's not quite as bulky on the end as well. It is a fairly thin ribbon. All right, that one did a locking stitch to start with. Yep. Right, so now what I'm going to do is trim that bit off and trim that bit off, like so. And then I can adhere with just my glue either side of that and pop that down like that. And then I've got a belly band with a little bit of difference. It's not too thick, so I'm happy with that. So while that dries, we'll collage our somewhere in the middle, even either side, and I'm going to just pop paper clip. I need another one. I only have one. Oh, look, here we go. I've got a bulldog clip on sitting here from where I've pulled it off that signature, so that one actually might work a bit better, the bulldog clip, mightn't it, than that. So we'll do the same on this side, just while it dries, like so. So while that's drying, just going to put the lid on that one. So I'll sit you there. And while it's drying, I'm just going to collage this. So I'll just grab a piece of old magazine. And I'm going to collage that side. Now I want this to go down that way, and you'll see that I've got quite a lot, so it will definitely fit. I don't need to trim that down at all. So to start with, I'm just going to run some glue on this. I haven't done down the bottom yet. I'm just actually run that all the way down there. Right. We'll just do a very quick collage. Oh, and I've missed a corner down there, that's all right. Right. And I'm just doing it in these ones. Just without having to muck around and get other pieces and all the rest. That's getting very gluey. Hang on. Right. Now I'm better. Right, so you can see that I start gluing that and then head off into gluing my actual pieces. So just very quickly. Nearly done. Nearly done. Sorry, just pushing my edges down, and I'll trim around it in a moment. And I want, let's go for that one. All right, done. Over a little bit, so they're not all sitting in the same spot. And that's the problem. When we collage, we tend to hesitate over everything too long. Just gonna sit your under there because I'm thinking, that's always a worry. Turn that over. Trim that down. That'll make my scissors really sticky because this paper is still gluey, and I'm not worrying about that corner that's been missed. Get rid of those before I glue everything. Right. The only reason I'm going to worry about it is that it needs a little bit more glue. Like that. Right. I'll get out some of that glue because that came out in a rather large bump, didn't it? Ugh. Yuck. Yuck. Now, I'll ink around that, but I'll ink around it when I'm off camera because I know that everybody's over watching inking. Whereas I could watch inking all day long. But what I'm going to do, it's going to go in here like so. So, maybe we want one of these. Not that. What have I got in big ones? Might have to have a think about that. I still like that on the cover. I still really like that one, and I'm still thinking of having that on the cover. I don't know if I like any of them on there. Let's just leave it for a while and have a think on what there is when we come back. So they should be nice and dry. Yep, right. Back to that. Move that. That goes in there, that goes in there, that goes in there. Let's go back to where we were. All right, got that, got that, got that, got that. That one. I've got another black one here somewhere, which is that one. All right, this one, I like this because it was this beautiful, beautiful book. I want to keep these. I'm not overly keen on the plain white. So all I'm going to do is just with a little bit of brushed corduroy, is just, I don't know, blend it down a little bit just so it's not quite so white. I want to put something down there. I want to have a pocket on the front of this, just in case I see those middle ones. But just to take it. They're still there, don't get me wrong. They are still there. They're just not as in your face now for me. Right. so back to my little bits and bobs. Another piece of coffee paper here. And see, that'll cover that if I leave that at that. I might round this corner. It's too big a round, really, isn't it? Pff, too late now. Leave that corner straight. Way too big a round. That needs something on it. Darkroom door stamps. And we might just put a word on that one. So many books, so little time. It's still got all this in here, and I'm going to actually put it in black. I'm thinking just to... No, I've got one here. Here we go. That's got lines on it. Makes it so much easier with these ones when you have no idea what they are on this side and whether you've cut them out straight. So what I have a tendency to do is line up one lot of words, if you can see that, with my grid. So I've lined up the top line with my grid line. Hopefully. Right. And then I know that I'm straight. Okay? Right. So we'll just adhere that in. Which goes that. And I've literally left where we've torn it off whatever was on there before, one of the script stamps that I've got, and I've left that little bit on there. I forgot to look at the time when I started. I think it was close to 4 o'clock or a bit after. Ooh. Go up with just a little bit. Make sure I've covered that with my cloth. Alright, I've got glue seeping out from there, so I'm just making sure that it's definitely taken away. So that's that one. Thinking I probably should have stenciled that one as well. I might go back to him. That one will be stenciled. That one. This one I've got an idea for, which is the other side of our clustered one here. Been thinking about this one, and what I think I want to do, not that, that's something else. Right, I've got another little piece of coffee dye that we'd torn off, and I'm thinking of what I want to do. If I make that a pocket, right, but what I want to do with that, that's around about the same size. This was just a thought that came to me just before I turned on the camera. Bear with me. What I'm thinking of doing is folding that just to make a little... I set that there, so that it's round about even. That'll fold that over. It's not even, but you know, that's fine. I'm going to glue that on to that one, which is there. What I want to do is trim this a little bit smaller so that it makes a fold over page and a fold and then a pocket. But I want to, in those stamps, and that's why I was thinking of those stamps prior, because I used these before. If I stamp those there, or they'll be that way around, when I trim this, I'm going to go round those books. As I said, bear with me. Think I know what I'm doing, and it is literally just a thought at this stage. That'll all fit on there. Sit you back in there. Once again, I'm going to check that that bottom book is about straight on my grid line. And we might go black again. I've got black here. Right, these are, as I said, they're darkroom door stamps. I'm going to go fairly close. And then I want to tear around it. I'm thinking. Give it a good push. Right. Bang, sorry. So I'm hoping, they're not overly, they're a little bit. So if I tear down here and then around that and then back down. I know what I want to do. Thought, and you know what thought did? Right, I'm hoping that it comes over the other one. Probably should have taken them out further. And back in. Like so. That'll open out like that. Oh, I know what I want to do anyway. Right, I'm going to just, for quickness sake, I think my mat was all dirty. I'm going to use double-sided tape. And I've got some here. And here's some I prepared earlier. There's nearly always double-sided tape sitting close to me. It technically belongs in the container over there. But I have very little patience when it comes to waiting for things to dry, and if I can get away with double-sided tape, I will. Right. Open that up. And that one. It is a little bit too long. We'll just trim that. Get rid of all that glued area first. No good with scissors. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Beautiful. All right. So this one, I'm going to put here as a pocket. And then that one opens out for extra journaling. In which case, I should have put that underneath the other one, shouldn't I? That would make sense. Too late now. Oh, well. So you do something and then you go, oh, that would have been better. It still works just as well, but, you know, that would have been better. It's just one of those things. In hindsight, we're all awesome. And next time I do it, if I do it again, oh no. All it is learning. Going that way, aren't we? Yep. And I'll turn that all the way around. And I'm going to go on that grid line. I like grid lines. I do so like grid lines. Right. All right, so I've got that, and then I've got a pocket. Yes, that should have gone underneath. Oh well. Right. That was that one. That was that one. That was that one. That's not meant to be in there. Now, this one. This one at the back. I've known for ages what I want to do with this one, so I've got it all ready. This is a fold-out part, okay? So when it's all closed, it's starting to get a bit thicker because we've got ribbons and stuff in there, even without the tags. But what I want for this one, I want a little notebook. Now it's going to go in the middle, so you'll see a part of it. But in amongst my mess that I have now covered over here, I'll need that. So, just my coffee dyed paper, and I want some of that up the top. Okay, nice and easy, this one. So what we want first is how long we actually want our little notepad. So here's my top, let's say. It'll sit up there, round about 6 inches in length. And I want it, I could go 3, 2.5, let's try 3 by 6. Doesn't have to be squillions of pages long. So this should be 11. So 3, 6, 9. That'll only give me 3, won't it? 8. That'll give me 4 sheets if I go that way. Bang, 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 bang. So it's not quite 6. All right, we'll go that way. So I'm just going to fold this in half, which gives me my roundabout halfway point. Because then they don't all have to be the same size. And it's a great way to use up some of your extra bits that you've got floating around if you end up with too much. All right, so that's now my length. Yeah, that still works. And I want 3 pieces out of this. So I'm going to go, what about 2 3/4 maybe? And what's half of 5? 2.5. Oh, they're all going to be 2 3/4. Really? No. Look at that. They are all the same size. All right, so if that works, it works. There's your little notepad. If it works, it works. Because usually I just used all my scraps. It's going to sit in here like that, which is going to give a lot of bulk to your signature. But I haven't, at this stage, got a lot of other bulk going on, which is really unlike me. Now, I want that as my top piece, because I like this, and I'm thinking of just trimming that. It's going to be up here like so. So I'm just going to very quickly, no fanciness to it or anything else. Okay. This is just going to be cut the same width as my little notepad. And I want a little bit of a black border. So I'm just going to trim around and leave a little bit of the black. Because this is the bit I love the most. But that fades in too much to the coffee dyed paper. So I'm just going to give it that little bit of a black edge. Okay, so that then when they're on, Now you can see it has this nice definition. Right, once again, no special, extra specialness. That's not a good word, is it? No fussing around, no mucking around. Oh, stapler. Hang on. Right. A stapler, of course, is sitting in the drawer behind me. And I'm hoping it's got staples in it, because I tend to just use it and put it away, which is really strange for me. So somewhere in the middle. Lovely. And that's all it needs. And then all I'm going to do is go back again with my double-sided tape. I'm going to use it on this one. Oh, I like the other side of that. No, Kylie. So just up the top. Finding the scissors again. I promise when I finish, I pack it all away. I have to with this because I need to keep all the bits for it together and separate from anything else. And I've usually got 4 or 5 different projects on the go at any one time. I'm going to lift that up a little bit to cover where they might not have all been together. There's your little notebook. I'm going to put double-sided tape on that, on the back of this one. Covers up that staple. As I said, we're not fussing too much with this. This is the easiest way to do a little notebook in your journals. Peeling off the back of that, opening this one back out again, finding where you want it, and sticking it down. Look at that. How easy was that? All right, one little notebook. Nice and easy. Yes, it's added a little bit of bulk to our signature, but not too much. And as we're not doing this with the cover of a pre-existing book, I'm going to make the cover. It doesn't make any difference. So I can, you know, we're sitting out here like this. I'll take the clip off this one. That's going to make a really nice hand size journal. Lots of journaling space. There's a few little bits and pieces and tucks and pops that I can pop in here with those bits. You get the idea of all that. And then next time what we're going to do, I'll give it another 5 minutes, is we will make the cover and then we will sew these signatures in. So 5 more minutes. And we'll work on some of these others in here. What have we got left? That one, that one, that one, that one. So, apart from a really big mess, what have we got? All right, that's more of that one. I just want to move these bits back before I lose them. I've got that and that, 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 and that. Right, these are our bits of paper that we've got left. Yes, we want to, and I'm still thinking I'd like that on the cover. I'd like to see how we go. If I can't, I can't, because our cover, I want to use that fabric, okay? But, yeah, we'll work on all that. I'm hoping to, anyway. Right, so let's have a look. Pockets, tucks. I need tags, so I've still got these to make tags out of. Oh, I like this ruler. Let's just trim this ruler off. What's on the other side first? That ruler is barcode. That's pretty cool. I love barcode strips that have all these wonderful things on them, and they give you that extra bit of oomph. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it starts again. Okay. I've got to be able to use that in another cluster. And I really like, I've just turned this around, and I really like this. Now, this would make an awesome tag. This would make a cool pocket with this on it, wouldn't it? All right. See, now I'm dithering because I don't have them sitting in front of me worked out where I've already dithered. So, what have I got on the other side of that? Nothing. So I can put some yummy black in here with this ruler. Do I want to go that way or do I want to go that way? I'm thinking I want to go that way. And I want it only about that wide. So take it to that grid. I'll take it all the way down at this stage. Not going to fit. Of course it's not going to fit. And I want it to that one. So that one and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, back to that one. I did say 7, so 7 we're going to. Doesn't need to be too wide. Right. It's better. If I take that at 6. Down like that. And let's find something pale in here, because I love all these books, but they are very dark. That doesn't look too bad. What if we back them? Then again, what if I sit them that way? All right, here's a thought. Grab my trimmer. Here's just a thought. Don't know if this is going to work or not. So if I want to go about that, sit you there. All right. Finding my fingernails. I just lost that. Did anybody see where it went to? I lost it. I lost it. I tell you. I want that. I want that down there. Finding another little book, because there's a couple of these ones, and I'll search the other one down. I reckon it's gone under my mat. So I'm standing now. And I'm going to put a script on that. Of course I am, because I need to stamp. I always need to stamp. But I want a different script. So, just grab my script ones. I'm thinking this one. All right. And only needs to be small, so over there. Only need part of this. My only problem with this one is I can never work out what's up, what's down. But then I suppose it's not going to matter on this one, is it? Oh, so that helps my back too. Right, I'm standing. So, going that way. You're in shot? Oh, see, I can see that you're in shot now too. Don't want it too heavy. Just a light one. That's it. Move that over there, that over there. Like so. That's going to go there. That's going to go on there like that. This will still be a pocket, so this end won't be adhered. So first things first, we'll adhere that ruler. Oh, see, I've spent a day at work and my back was quite bad. This works a treat. We made my desk a little bit higher anyway, so I've got a higher stool for it, just slightly higher. But I haven't actually stood at my desk before. I like this. Now, somewhere in the middle. You'd think I could line up those grids. No. That's not at all straight. There we go. All right, I'll adhere these ones onto that. That's how I lost the first one. Like so. It's over a little bit, so I'll just trim a little bit off that. That's easier. Right. So this one's going to go here as a pocket. I want that back there, so it's not going to come past that mark. Actually, I better stick that one down first. Right. Am I still in shot this far over? Yes, cool. It's a whole different perspective from up here. Okay. This one's going to stick on here. It'd be helpful if I'd got it off the rest of the book, but that's all right. That's what I'm looking for. Now we want this one. And look, put my glue on there so I can see where I'm going. And then I'll make sure I don't go past that bit. So if I put my finger there, down here, so it goes right into the edge, like so. So this bit's not stuck down. And what it means, if I grab a piece of scrap, another piece of this, see, that'll just sit in there like so. How's that? Right, that I want to stencil. I will do that off screen for you, okay? Oh, look, I've just looked at the time. No, 53. I've got 7 minutes. So we've got that one and that one. That one's got writing that I can do in there, and it's got a tuck in there. So technically, I can put a pocket on this one, can't I? Let's very quickly make another pocket. Do we want to go black again on that to match in with that? And then let's have a look and see what we've got left in these. Ring. I like that as a tag. I keep picking that up, don't I? Now, I remember school's out for summer. No, but there's some little books there. I'll cut them out later on too. I had. Did I put them back in my container? In here, and I keep seeing those scissors, and I already keep thinking that if I leave those scissors, they can go in my sewing themed journal that I've started the envelope for. See, something like that on that would work with it sticking out. But again, I could do a cluster with those bits, couldn't I? Those are the bits that I was thinking of. So let's say we trim these down. If I'm clever, I can get away with just the short one. We'll see how we go. Right, it's using up every single little bit. I like all that side, so we'll just work on this one. And we want it around about 2 inches. I'm just going to trim that over to 2 inches instead of bringing that trimmer all the way over. So this one's going to be here. That's not straight. That is not straight, Kylie. What did you not have straight on that first? That is a figment of my imagination because it's straight. And I want to go about 4. All right. Could have gone over 4, but that's all right. This one's going to sit in here like that. Yeah, we might go the little one. Change the longer one, I will put back in the little container. And I can put a number on that. Right. So this one will stick down. Oh, how easy was that? Oh, we're on a roll, girls. Right. That's not straight. Oh, that could have been so much longer. Cloth. I'll have this page finished when my hair's up. That is just amazing. Good. Right, that one in there. So all bar that top bit really, isn't it? So I'll put glue on both these pieces. And what I'm thinking I'd like to do is stamp, of course. And that little piece. Right. Right, so I'm just holding that piece up with my fingernail. Thinking I want the lighter side actually. Still sitting up, yep. All right, that's all that stuck down, and I'm thinking I just want one of those little the little numbers. So something like Witchcraft Do You Do? Whoops. So one of these ones. One of these ones will fit. Maybe 9147. I'm missing one, but no, I'm not. It's because it's already on the... It's because it just lives on there, just like that one lives on there. But I'm thinking that one. Yep, that'll fit. So, another little square one. And I might go black again, because it's on the black. Make sure it's up the right way. No. What did I do with that? Because I've got so much underneath that already, I'm going to just sit it on there, because I haven't taken it off the book. So we'll just ink that again. Make sure that that ink's nice and juicy. All right. Give it just a little bit of a roll. Yep, there we go. So, another little pocket done. All right, I will, in the interim, so that you don't have to keep watching that, I will do more of these ones so that they're all done. As I said, I like lots of journaling on mine. So that one I want as a journal one. They'll just have pockets and tucks. That one I want as a journal. That one's pocket. That one I want as a journal. And of course there's our little bit there and whatever we've got left over we might put in here. I will get those done. You've seen how I'm doing all that now. So off camera, I will get those done, get them all finished off so that the signatures are completely finished. And then next time, and I'm hoping it'll only be a week away, we will actually get our cover made. It'll be at least an hour and a half, I reckon, that one, because we'll go through our cover start to finish. We'll use our cardboard with packaging. We'll cover it. We'll sew our signatures in. So I hope you're still enjoying my 49 and Market journey. I'm having fun with it. Normally by now I'm kind of over what I'm doing and ready to go into the next project, but I'm still really enjoying this because these papers spoke to me right at the start, and I have lots of other projects on the go anyway. So until next time, thanks guys. Happy crafting. Bye.